Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my reading journal. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and this is the journal that I've been tracking my reading in all year for 2022. In this video, I'm just going to talk through the process of what I did to create this journal and what I tracked in here, as well as a flip through. I'm not going to be doing a ton of talking in this video as I'm flipping through the books. You can pause to read my very scratchy handwriting if you so choose, but this is just a very casual flip through of a journal that is messy, disorganized, and very basic. Not that that's a bad thing. The only way I can keep a journal updated is if it's simple and effective and kind of basic. Opening it up, we've got just the first page, which is nice and gray, and I was doing a black and gold type theme being very loose here. Mostly just black pen and gold occasionally in this notebook. And this is just a lined notebook, nothing fancy. I do have an index where I went through and wrote down where all of the months were, as well as a few beginning of the year goals. And I also plan to write 2023 notes in this journal as well. As you can see, I have used about half of this notebook for 1 year's worth of reading. It goes about here. So this is next year. So I've used about half of it for 1 year, and I think I can fit a whole nother year in this notebook. After the index, we have some goals that I set at the beginning of the year, and I've just now checked off whether or not I've completed them with a little checkbox. And there are some things that are crossed off on this list, but for the most part, I was able to complete a lot of my goals. This page is series I wish to continue, and you can see again, I've checked off the ones I was able to continue. This one, I did an X for Fevered Star. I just wasn't as interested in the series, but I keep going back and forth on whether or not I'm still interested in continuing this series, and I think I'm back on wanting to pick it up again. So this is changing to I am still interested and do want to continue this series. For Iron Widow 2, which is now titled Heavenly Tyrant, that is coming out in 2023, so it has a little arrow. The same thing with The Cage of Dark Hours by Marina J. Lostetter. This is the sequel to The Helm of Midnight, which is a horror fantasy. And again, the sequel wasn't going to come out until 2023, so obviously I can't include it in my 2022 journal. Lore Olympus Volume 2, I just wasn't super interested in this. I read the first one and enjoyed it, but not enough, I think, to continue. The Atlas Paradox by Olive E. Blake is something I still want to get to, and I just haven't gotten around to. This is my Brandon Sanderson. I need to catch up on some of his series, and Brandon Sanderson has so many books coming out in 2023 that I'm just going to be constantly trying to catch up with him. I did finish Lost Metal and A Desolation Called Peace by Arkady Martine this year as well. The next page, I just wrote a list of series I wanted to try, and some of these I tried, and some of them I'm still interested, and some of them I'm not. I don't know if I will be doing this style of list next year. I did read A Promise of Blood, though. Authors to try, same thing. I did read Brian McClellan. I did try an Emily Strutsky. Tessa Bailey, Christina C. Jones, Zoraida Cordova are all authors I tried this year, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing this style of list again. I'm more interested in the titles themselves more so than an author as a whole. Once I read an author, if I want to continue with their work, I will read their backlist, but authors I want to try, probably not going to track this type of thing next year. Actually, while we're here, why don't I use my gold pen and mark the ones that Promise of Blood. Oh my gosh, that took me way too long to find. Moving on. Let me let that dry for a second. Reading authors backlist. This is a list I would like to continue next year. These are just some of my favorite authors or authors I've tried 1 or 2 books from in the past, and I would love to continue reading through their backlist. Nikki Drayden is a sci-fi author that I'm really interested in. I've read 2 of her books. She is a Black author, and I would like to read a few more of her stuff. Not sure about Rebecca Weatherspoon. She is a romance author, also a Black romance author. We'll see if I try her again next. KJ Charles, TJ Klune, I am no longer supporting him or reading his new releases. Mary Robinette Kowal, I actually have, I'm currently reading a book by her. And S.A. Chakraborty, I am back on trying the Daevabad trilogy, as well as I really want to read her newest release, which is The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi, which is like a pirate fantasy. Super excited about that. And this, at the beginning of 2022, were all of the books that I owned and whether or not I was going to read them or read them. So for the most part, I did read a lot of the books that I own, but I'm going to be making this a very concerted effort in 2023. Not only to finish these books, but to finish the books that I just bought or was gifted. And now we get into the months. I was going to do this calendar view every month, and that quickly dropped off after book month 1. No more talking. I'm just going to flip through very slowly all of the pages within this journal. You can pause to read if you so choose, but enjoy the flip through. is it. That is the end of this video. You'll notice I have a few pink tabs. These are books I have not finished yet, but would like to get back to. I also, you can see The Spare Man here by Mary Robinette Kowal I am still in the middle of. So still a few lingering books left from 2022 that I'd like to bring into the new year. This is just a 2023 cover page, and I can't wait to start writing in this reading journal. If you're wondering about my further thoughts and opinions on any of these books, I have reviews up for many of them individually, as well as wrap-ups talking about bulk reviews for most, if not all, of these books on my channel. So please feel free to explore my channel and watch other videos by me. But thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end of this video, and I can't wait to see what 2023 has to bring for all of us readers. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video of mine very soon. Bye!